everyone, it's me Nikki here, and today I'm here with a video to give you some packing tips for basic training. Now this video is near and dear to my heart, and I know some of you are thinking, Nikki, this is kind of out of your norm. What are you talking about packing for basic training? Well, you know, if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you may know that my son just recently joined the United States Air Force, and in that I have learned a lot about preparing and packing tips for going off to basic training. And for my international viewers and those who are not familiar with the military, basic training is the initial training that an individual goes through when they first join up for the military. And it's kind of like their boot camp is what, a term you may be more familiar with. And so, I wanted to do this video because, right now we're all thinking about back to school for our kids, preparing our kids for back to school, preparing our kids for going off to college. But what about those kids, our kids, who decide to make those choices to kind of do college later and they wanted to sign up and join the United States military to serve their country? And so this video is for those parents and those individuals who have joined the military, and I hope that you can kind of gain some tips that I've learned from individuals who have just recently come back from basic training, along with a variety of different recruiters and things like that, and also my experience of packing my son for basic training. And so again, I do want to say that I want to do a disclaimer that today I'm showing you tips for packing for Air Force basic training, but you can use these tips across the board. But regardless of if you're Air Force, Navy, Marines, Army, whatever the case may be, always consult with your recruiter first for your packing guidelines because they change all of the time, and you want to be prepared accurately for this. Listen to the tips that I'm giving you because you can use them in conjunction with your recruiter, but always use your recruiter as your first point of contact when, packing for basic training. So that's just a disclaimer that I want to do there. But I hope those of you who are my international subscribers and my non-military subscribers that you can enjoy this also and kind of see what our military kind of go through and when they're starting to prepare for their career. And so I'm so happy to be able to share that with you also. And so if you have any tips, if you've just completed basic training or anything like that, please leave them in the comments below. And also to all my subscribers that have recently written to me and letting me know that you're going off to basic training and wanting tips on how to get your apartments cleaned out and ready to go and things like that. I had you in mind when I did this video also. So I hope you all can find that helpful also. And I wish you so much success in your military careers. And I'm proud of all of you, and I wish you so much success. So let's get to showing you my packing tips for basic training. The only bag that we were advised that you need for basic training is a simple backpack. You can have a duffel bag or a backpack that you can put over your back. Something simple that's in dark colors such as black or navy blue. You don't want anything that's going to stand out or any wild colors or a lot of sayings or anything on it. You want to refrain from that. You definitely want to keep it simple. You're not packing a lot for basic training because the majority of the things that you are going to use in the military, you're going to get from the military. And so this is what we were advised to do. Just keep it simple. And so we had this black backpack already. And so this is what my son went with, and it fit everything perfectly. As for toiletries, on our list that we were provided by the recruiter, it was everything to be TSA approved, basically your travel size things. Everything is kind of 3 ounces or under. Target and Walmart are the perfect places to get these things because they have the travel section where you can kind of go there and get all these items in the travel sizes. Now, they have on the list that the recruiter gave us, they have a list of items that you need to bring along with optional items. So I'm going to show you what we packed, and this is how we packed his bag. We did take some of the optional items because, when you get there, you're going to have the opportunity to kind of buy larger quantities of the items that you need. So basically, you're only taking kind of the travel sizes to get you through the first couple of days of basic training. But again, you don't need to take a lot. You only need to take what your recruiter is advising you to take or instructing you to take. And this is what we were advised to take. So it's my joy to share it with you. Now, One tip that I want to give you that I did research for my son is because he's going to Texas where it's going to be a lot hotter than, here in South Carolina, and he's going to have a high activity level. I was looking for a deodorant that would give him that extra protection. So in doing my research online and things like that, I ran across this Gillette Clinical. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I did want to share this tip with you just in case for you. But it is one that it's quite expensive. It was basically for this 1.7 ounce, which will go through the airport fine, but it was $8. But it's supposed to give you that protection that you need in those kind of high sweat, high stress kind of activities. So I wanted to give him a really great quality deodorant for his basic training. And so this is the one that I found that was kind of the high end that would work. So I just kind of wanted to recommend, or not even recommend, just kind of tell you about what my choice was for him in case this is something that you're looking for also. So it's the Gillette Clinical Odor Shield deodorant. And then of course you want to take your toothpaste, again in travel size. Walmart, Target, the best place to get those kind of things. And along with your toothpaste, you want to definitely get your toothbrush. This is a 2-pack, but you only need to bring one toothbrush. Along with your toothbrush holder, do not get the rounded one because you do have inspection and that rolls around in your drawer and it can ding you on your inspection. So they highly recommend only bringing a square one. This is the best that I could find that would not move around, but no rounded toothbrush holder. And absolutely no mouthwash across the board. I'm sure any of the forces would not let you bring mouthwash. And then with your soap, you want to bring a body wash in travel size, 3 ounces or under. I got this here from Walmart. You definitely, no bar soap. They had that clear on our list to not bring any bar soap. So here, just get your nice simple body wash. Again, when you get to a basic training, you will be able to go to the military exchange and buy, larger quantities of what you need. So don't think that this is all you're going to be able to get when you get the basic training, because you do have that opportunity. And another thing that you want to be sure to pack to get you through is a travel size lotion. You can get that again at your Target or Walmart. Just a simple one to put in your bag. I had got 2 of these for my son just so he had enough to get him through the week because they are very small. But again, go with what you need, along with your razor. And I got this one here for my son, and you want to take it out the pack so that he doesn't have to fool with that in basic training, along with getting the replacement blades. I got him enough to get him through basic training so he doesn't have to worry about buying his blades and things like when he get there, along with foam, shaving cream and things like that, travel size of course. And also you want to refrain from aerosols. I do want to put that statement out of there. Now here's a tip here is you're going to go through an inspection where they're looking at your toothpaste and things, and they want it to be immaculate, very clean and neat. So one tip that I was told by a lot of folks that have just finished basic training and recruiters and things is typically all of your travel size items that you bring with you is what you're going to use on a day-to-day basis. But when you get there, you're going to buy larger quantities to set up as your kind of inspection display kind of area, because they do inspect your items. And so they were saying that they had a set that they always stayed perfect, and then they had the set that they actually used every day. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but I did want to share that tip because it was shared with me several times. But you basically have a set of toiletries that are on display and in perfect condition and very clean, and you just use that to refill your sample sizes, and your sample sizes is actually what goes to the shower with you every day and what you use. And so you just kind of refill your sample sizes from your larger ones. So ask about that and check into that. So that's just kind of what we kind of heard. Now also, when I was in the store, I ran across these travel bags here, and they're TSA approved and things like that. It was 70 cents for about 7 bags, but you know what? When I opened the bag, they really weren't any different than a regular Ziploc bag. It was only 70 cents for 7 bags, so it was not a big deal to me. But I went ahead and got them because I was just curious about them. But I say you can get regular Ziploc bags, but again, I wanted to get the Ziploc bags to put his actual things that he would like his liquids and things. So as he goes through the airport, because he is traveling commercial to get to basic training, that it made it easier for him to get through the airport. He kept everything separate and just neat and orderly. Now he did have this Nike bag, which we use for all of his toiletries and his toothbrush and his sewing kit, and all the items that he needed for basic training kind of fit in this little bag here, which was great. So what I basically did was I put all of the items that kind of were in the liquids and things that he has to go through the airport with in the Ziploc bag, so that when he goes to the airport, he can simply pull this bag out, go through the airport, he's good to go. But again, yet it's all still in here with the rest of his toiletries that he necessarily does not have to pull out in the airport. So I thought that this was just another quick tip, is just to put all of the stuff for the TSA purposes in a Ziploc bag, and then put it in your regular, toiletry bag there. And so now let's move on to stationery. As far as stationery, we were advised a simple black notebook and a black or blue ballpoint pens. We went with black with the pens. Right now it's back to school shopping, so you can find these for under $1, and we did too. But keep your notebook simple black or blue, nothing flashy that stands out. You want to keep it professional. And again, you can find these in Target or Walmart for under $1 right now, especially with the back to school. And a tip that I want to share, just a side tip, is we're going to write all of my son's addresses, such as family and friends and phone numbers, all in the back of his notebook. That way he has it. He doesn't have to worry about carrying a separate address book or anything like that. He knows that it's in the back of his book here. He can easily access it when he wants to write home, or he can call home, or anything, or any numbers that he needs. It's right there in the back. So just simply writing all that info in the back is a tip there. Along with stamps and envelopes. This was an optional item on our list, but I went ahead and I got a book of stamps and some small envelopes for him to write home. Of course, when you get to basic training, you'll be able to buy these from the Basic Exchange store, but it was on the optional list, and so I wanted to kind of knock it out and just make sure he had some on him. As mom, you kind of want to make sure they have those items. You just feel better about them already having them. And so that was one thing that I made sure that was also packed. And I put it in a little Ziploc bag with the stamps and the envelopes. Again, they're in there ready to go. Now, one thing that you want to start making sure you have prepared are your original Social Security card, birth certificate, and high school diploma, because you will need to take these on the day that you go to ship out to MEPS and process out. So you want to have those ready, along with your cell phone. With the Air Force, they allow you to take your cell phone because you can use them on a weekly basis, most likely to call home, or bring a calling card if you don't have a cell phone, and bring your charger for your cell phone. So you definitely want to be sure to do that. Along with, if you wear glasses, you want to bring your eyeglasses case. Of course, you're going to be issued those beautiful military glasses if you wear glasses, but you want to have the case for your old glasses also. Okay, let's talk clothing. Now, one thing that was an optional item, but I heard was highly recommended that you bring, are the spandex compression shorts to wear under your PT exercise gear. So you have those exercise shorts, so they said to wear under those, to bring those. Along with mandatory to bring your black shower shoes, inexpensive, $1.07, I believe the recruiter told us at Walmart. We got ours on the military base for right at $1. Make sure no logos are on them. Just the simple black flip-flops are all you need for shower shoes. And then socks. Now, we were told only to bring about 3 pairs of the calf high socks. I packed 6 because I just didn't feel right without him having a week's worth of socks. So I did sneak an extra 3 pair in there, but you're only required to bring the 3. And again, you are going to have the opportunity to buy additional socks and things at the Basic Exchange when you get there, along with your underwear and things like that will be issued to you. But I do want to take a side note that females, don't forget, forgot to mention this, to pack 1 pack of your tampons or pads or whatever you use. So you want to do those feminine items and make sure you have a box of those. Now, as far as clothes, I want to say that I am in love with these Eagle Creek bags here. Organized Like Jen has introduced me to them, and it's changed my life. I wish I knew about these when we were in the military traveling, because they are so handy with keeping you organized and neat for packing. I'm going to put a link to her channel below in the description box. Check her out. She is a guru of packing. She does a phenomenal job with packing for trips and things like that. And so that's when I got introduced to these here. I'm a addicted to them. I love them. And so they're very neat for helping keep everything in order. The larger bag here has all of his civilian clothes in here, all his underwear, his t-shirts, because you want to bring 1 pair of jeans and 3 black t-shirts or navy t-shirts for the first couple of days of basic training until you get issued your uniforms. So again, you know, you want to bring 3 pairs of underwear, you want to bring 1 pair of jeans, and you want to bring 3 dark color t-shirts with no logos or anything on there, along with your 3 pairs of socks. And in the small bag there is his socks here. I have all his 6 pair of socks stuffed in there, and so they're easy to pack into his backpack. It keeps everything neat and orderly, and he is good to go. Along with his those spandex compression shorts are also packed in here also. Now, this is an item that is a miscellaneous that was on an optional list, but I have heard that you really need to bring is some clippers, not only for your nail maintenance, but because with your uniforms, you have strings and things that you'll be needing to clip off. So they said this is highly recommended. I got this one at Walmart for $2 and some change. I loved it because it was small, compact, and it zipped up. So, you know, throw it in there. Along with this was an optional item here. You know, you can get these in Walmart or Target. This is the miniature kind of lint roll here, and that, you know, you're trying to keep them uniforms in order and things like that. So I threw one of these in his bag here. Again, all of these items fit into that little black Nike toiletry bag that he had. Along with another item that was recommended was a sewing kit. My son doesn't know how to sew, so I don't know how he would use it if he had it, but I packed it anyway. So he has the sewing kit here, and you know, these are inexpensive at Target or Walmart again. So again, it was an optional item, so I did throw it in there. And so, you know, with packing, this is basically all that you need to pack for basic training, all that we were required to pack for basic training. Here is everything laid out. As you can see, everything is very dark, very black, clean, uniform looking. Of course, that is the military, so you want to kind of keep your items that way. You know, don't do a lot of the flashy and things like that. And ladies, I like to also add, you want to be sure to take, if you're for your hair, any headbands, you know, make sure it's dark color, the color of your hair, so that it blends in. So you want to pack you some of your rubber bands for your hair and things like that, or bobby pins and things like that. But other than that, it's very minimal packing. As you can see, this is not a lot, but it all fits perfectly inside his book bag. You know, don't worry, when you get there, you'll have the opportunity to purchase additional items. Again, we also are packing or having him take $40, and we're having it in sets of $5 bills so that he can have on him to kind of go through the airport and things like that, just to have a little bit of cash. So you want to do that also. Just, you know, I wouldn't have over $40 or $50 on you. I wouldn't take more than that. But in the Air Force, I know initially when you get there after the first couple days, they give you a debit card with $400 on it, which will take you through basic training to get all the things you need. Now, that's just what we were advised. Currently, what the Air Force is doing, check with your recruiter for your forces or you know, your branch to see what they're doing. Again, this is the bag that is totally packed. As you can see, everything fits in here great. This front pocket here is still empty so that he can kind of slide any of his plane tickets, wallet, or whatever he wants to slide in that front pocket there. But it's very compact, it's very neat, it's easy. He's not having to deal with a lot of luggage. This was my last time packing for my child, so it was kind of emotional, but I hope that you found some tips that were helpful for you, and thank you so much for watching.